I feel a bit.
Did he First Dano video since Toon Turf's release. Isn't that insane? I can't believe it came out 2 months ago. But anyway, are you guys excited? I haven't been on the subreddit in a while, so we're going to see a lot of stuff today. People making memes on First Dano video since Toon Turf's release. Isn't that insane? Hating it, maybe talking about Billy's death and stuff. Oh, that's hilarious. I wonder how many memes this is going to be about the Crispy Beaver. But anyway, I'm excited. Let's see. Okay, we're going to go by top 4. Let's see. Maybe we'll do the month for now. Oh, gosh. Yeah, the Toon Turf song. Oh, no. Yeah, so there has been so far 2 people who have made Toon Turf slop songs. Anyway, let's look up Toon Turf song. Let's see what comes up. Okay, we have the Benji X Scarlet one, and then, oh wait, we actually have the music video down here. And then there was another one that was like AI, but I actually slightly enjoyed it, and I felt, oh, this is it. And I felt like guilty over this. Okay, hold on. This one was, bad.
Attention! The song nobody asked for, the Toon Turf song by Benji X Scarlet. This is a Toon Turf song. Ricky does things that...
Okay, so what's kind of funny about this, though, is I've seen a couple of this person's videos from people just sending it to me after he threatened to make a Toon Turf song, and it's very obviously just rage bait, which is cool. It's fine. Listen, people got to make their bag however they do, and I got like 33,000 views, and it definitely worked, because a lot of the comments are like, you know, hating. What does the top comment say? Let's see. Hold on. Dano did not go to therapy for this. Anyway, yeah, but it's obviously rage bait. Look, Lucky's head is, not canonical shape. Dolph just looks terrifying with the dolphin beak. Billy's hair color's weird, and Riggy is just, that's the most terrifying version of Riggy that I've. Dolph is just is this eat be anyway, but funny, okay? Listen, it's obviously like a generative, but what's kind of insane, catchy, and I hate that I enjoy how catchy it is. What I find it catchy is because that I'm just funny how we listen. Nix's whole playlist of all of the Toon Turf songs is right here, and it's peak. Oh my gosh, I still love Lighter Fluid so much. My Everything by Switch, I guess, and Lighter Fluid I think are my 2 favorite ones. Although to be fair, the opening theme for I'm live actually reacted to Toon Turf, which is just mind-blowing. Oh my gosh. People are saying, I don't know if Film Theory is going to do a video or not. Listen, this is already plenty. The fact that they reacted to it and they have seen it is just insane. All right, we don't need a whole theory and everything. Like, that's pie in the sky. That's insanity. It is okay. Just the fact that they did this and they liked it is plenty for me, and it's insane seeing the fact that my favorite channel has now, like, one of my favorite, again, I grew up watching Game Theory. The first one I ever saw was Rosalina Unmasked back in 2014. I was in 4th grade. Guardians of the Galaxy had just come out, and ever since then I have watched every single MatPat video that released weekly until he left. Obviously, you know, I've kind of lost track a little bit, I won't lie. Like everyone, I was upset that he was leaving, but honestly, it's kind of cool that he's gone now. It's not. I still miss him, but it's kind of cool because each of them are now like focusing on their own on their own sections of it. They're an expert in their own thing instead of MatPat, who was doing a juggling act, balancing all of the channels. But yeah, Ash reacted to it, and I had never felt so appreciated. They kept rewinding it and taking they took like what, like an hour to get through the first like 10 minutes, which was just insane. And there were some comments who were like, let it play, blah, 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 blah. But the fact that they were taking so long made me feel so appreciated. They looked at all the little details and foreshadowing and everything that I was hiding in there. And yeah, they didn't pick up on everything, but they picked up on like a lot of it. And it made me feel like, oh my gosh, I'm being appreciated. This is how I would wish everybody would watch Toon Turf. I'm kidding. I like the fact that people would just watch it all the way through and go back through and look at the details. I feel like that's probably the best way to do it. But just the fact that they were taking their time made me... I can't explain it. I was just... I wanted to cry through that whole stream. A message from Dano about the Toon Turf song. Where's Dano when you need him to copyright this? It's just rage. Yeah, that's what... I replied to this already, but it's just rage bait. I'm not going to copy strike anybody or anything. Listen, again, people's got to live. I'm not going to, like, snatch his money. That's weird. YouTubers who abuse the copyright system are... Bleh. I did it. I successfully timed New Year's Eve with the factory explosion? What? Oh, no.
Woohoo! What an adventure! That was so cool.
So let me get this straight. You started off your new year with Billy burning to death? I feel like that's not the greatest way to start the year. I mean, cool that you did. This is impressive, but yeah, okay. I don't know about this. It looks like the Toon Turf thumbnail. Oh, yeah. So if you guys don't know, there's a new pilot coming out called Gameaverse, and the trailer, some people are noticing, it looks a little similar. But this might be controversial for me to say. I don't want my fans to hate me, but I think they did it better. Number one, it's actually like beautifully, gorgeously, talentfully animated. It's by Glitch Productions, so of course you know that the quality is going to be through the roof. And also, Rubber Ross has been working on this show for 11 years. He's had the idea, and it's crazy because I saw an interview with him where he was talking about like how he saw like Wreck-It Ralph and he was afraid because he thought that they were going to do the thing that he was doing. And, you know, Pibby came out as well, and Pibby had a sort of a similar premise. But what's cool is that he's been working on this forever. And I remember specifically, there's been a couple movies and shows that I've seen, and I'm like, uh-oh, I had this idea for Toon Turf. But luckily they were different enough to where it's okay that I do it too. And so anyway, I relate. But yeah, also it just looks gorgeous. And the fact that Schlatt is playing like angry little guy is something I never knew that I needed. It is kind of funny how it looks a little similar to Toon Turf, but in my mind, I feel like they've been working on this for a long time. So like, I'm not like upset or anything. And also it's just kind of cool. Shows me that I did something right. Okay. The fact that this style is here as well. I'm like, okay, if the professionals are doing it that way, then I must have done something good. Am I the only one who laughed so much in this scene? Listen, I put it in the captions, Crispy Bill. I thought it was a little funny too. Every time I showed it to somebody, my brother, my girlfriend, anybody, like any of my friends, and I had them react to the scene, I was over here giggling in the corner while they were like... I was getting a little bit of hate for this on things like TikTok and stuff that were like, you guys are scared of this. This is not scary. And I agree. It's not really like meant to be scary or traumatizing or anything. I mean, it's a little edgy for what the show is set up to be, but I think it's a little more funny than it is scary. And it's definitely not going to make anybody cry or anything. The emotion I was going for was just more like shock. Like, I can't believe that's what happened. Like, the hope is that in one of the future episodes, I can make something that will make you cry. I mentioned this somewhere before, but Leia, my partner, it's really easy for movies and TV shows to make her cry. I want to try and do that. So my goal is for, I think, episode 7. I don't know. I'm switching around the episode numbers and stuff right now because I'm doing a little bit of a rewrite because I want to make sure that everything flows nice. And I want to listen to feedback and stuff, all right? Because I feel like, you know, there's a lot of shows... a lot of shows could have benefited from listening to criticism, okay? And listening to their fans, especially. So I want to make sure that Toon Turf is I'm always trying to improve it, all right? And I'm not just going to have some sort of ego that's like, no, I know best, I'm going to do it, and you're going to like it. No, this is the first thing I've ever written, all right? I'm obviously not going to be the best writer on the planet, all right? I want to try to improve. Anyway. Oh, this is cool. Somebody made, like, recreations of Toon Turf, and they added, like... What is this? They added like hair and stuff? This is peak. I actually love this Billy and Riggy redesign. This is actually amazing. Well, Billy's hair, the reason that it's supposed to be so slick back is to kind of add to his character of like how like uptight and like kind of nerdy he is. I feel like Riggy's hair being that fluffy actually suits him though, because Riggy's a little messy and you know, things don't actually line up 100%. Ladies and gentlemen, we are cooked. The Toon Turf. Oh yeah. What's funny is that the thumbnail for the Toon Turf song actually looks like decent fan art. Same for this too. This is decent fan art if it's not AI. I don't know why the penguin's a woman, but you know, it's cool. You have a 10-hour flight. Where are you sitting? All right, let's see. Barry, I would probably choose Barry and Rosie. That would be like the nicest one. If you wanted the most lore, sit in between Lucky and Davy. This would just be terrible. Are you kidding me? Back there with the penguins? I definitely wouldn't want to sit between Riggy and Ruby. Oh my gosh. The dolphins would be chill, probably. Oh, wow, Riggy went too far? Oh, yeah, I tweeted this. I was talking about the Mario Galaxy movie and stuff and said that I'd grown up with it, and part of that was I have this poster from when I was in 1st grade. Number one, look at how smug I look in this picture. Jeez, I would smack that kid. Anyway, but yeah, it's like my favorite things. It's like, this is what I look like. My favorite place used to be Legoland, I guess, which is weird. I think I've only been there like 4 times. My favorite place totally was Disneyland. Look, I even say my favorite thing to do is play Toy Story Mania. I am peak at Toy Story Mania, by the way. I always beat Leia. She beat me once, and then I never let her beat me again. And then my family and stuff, and also what I wanted to be when I grew up. I wanted to be an artist, I guess, and it was kind of cool. I ended up, yeah, pretty much. I got to live out my 1st grade dream. But then down here, I said if I had one wish, I would wish 4, and then I crossed it out and put 2, so it was grammatically correct. Be Mario. I wanted to be Mario, and for some reason, his arms are coming out of his hips, but... it's fine. He didn't even have overalls. What? I just threw there. Jeez. And then Riggy quote retweeted it and said, look at that 15 years later and his drawing skills still haven't improved. Originally, I wanted to say he still can't draw for beep. You know what? Listen, if Riggy could be 100% accurate on Twitter, I feel like he would just say beep yourself if somebody disagreed with him. But yeah, I'm not going to just go around telling my fans to, you know, off themselves as Riggy. Another thing that I like to do with Riggy's Twitter account is letting people win. Like, I feel like if it was actually Riggy, he would argue until, you know, he would just argue forever. But on Twitter, I think it's kind of funny to have fans get like the last laugh, if that makes sense. So Riggy kind of just like stutters and goes, well, shut up. Got my Riggy oh my gosh, did you skin him? What? That's terrifying. It looks like a skinned rat. Wow. Listen, it sucks when fans buy bootlegs, but when you make them yourself, then that's really chill and adorable, and I love seeing that. If you can't afford a Riggy plush, totally make it yourself. Are you kidding me? I love seeing it. And then tag me because I want to see how cool it looks. Speaking of the Riggy merch, sadly, all of the Riggy merch that was for Toon Turf has, the campaign has ended, but you can still buy the plush.